72 degrees right now. I'm on my first real bike hike of the season. I'm headed out to the farm field. Whether or not I'll make it is another thing, but I took enough stuff with me just in case I want to camp overnight out there too. If I do, I'll get some really good videos for you. But I just wanted to stop and cue you in on what I'm doing, and it's on my merry way. Right here feels almost like going up north because you get by the water here and the air smells so different, so fresh, so clear, and it's just a gorgeous day. But I'm still out of breath, but I'm here. This is the little foot bike bridge, and what I want to do before I go down into the field is I'd like to dip some water out of here, as murky as it is. Hopefully, as a culture for the outside aquarium I've been setting up, by the time this video comes out, it's pretty cool. So I will show it to you in the next week or so. Okay, sorry about the wind. Hopefully I'm not going to make an ass out of myself and fall down here while I'm going down here to get the water. Should have probably got this out of the way out. It's going to add weight, of course, to my trailer. Alright, get back up here. Back with you soon. I'm taking a little rest here before I continue on. That cart, that pull along, was a bit of a pain in the butt pulling through the weeds there. How beautiful it is today. We've waited a long time this year for this. We've had a really crappy spring here in Saginaw. It's worth the wait though. Okay, I just picked up a couple things here that I think are kind of interesting. Now this rock, this is obviously rock. This on the edge where it's brought down like that, very much looks arc-pecked. Like this was, and it comes down to a blunt edge, which could have very easily been used for chopping. It again looks like it was arc-pecked on this side. So I believe, and it was broken here more recently, I think, pecked along this edge too. Not so much on that edge, but I believe it was worked probably to use as a crushing stone. And then the other piece is smaller. But it's similar in its what I'm looking at here. This looks again like it was arc-pecked. See what I mean? Compared to this, and it's broken. This, you know, the edge of it, if it was brought down to this edge, the edge has been broken off, I think. So anyways, this piece I think I'm going to leave here. This piece I think I'm going to take with me. Alright, I'm just going to peruse the ground here, see if we can see anything. Piece of wood. Nothing really special, although it's sharp as heck. I mean, pieces like this were used around the campfire, but there's nothing to indicate that piece was used. I'm not going to keep it. Piece of broken glass. There was at one time the Albert Miller homestead site out here, Judge Albert Miller. And what do we got here? Anything important? Nope, just broken stone. Now these are just, again, really fragmentary, but here's a small bit of porcelain, another one. These would probably, and here's a small piece of chert, fragment of glass. These pieces would have been probably from the Albert Miller homestead site. This looks almost like a graving spur, and I'm going to say that it is, and I'm going to take that home with me. I'm not just saying that. The only way you find the little beads and things like that is to get right down here on the ground, like I'm doing right now, and just taking your time and looking across it. Random piece of iron. I can't tell, you know, what it was. Probably again from the homestead that was. I think somebody else has been right here poking around because there's a bunch of bone there. I'll show that to you in a minute. But here is another little flake of chert. Nothing spectacular. It's from the production of tools, which in and of itself is spectacular, yes. But these bones look like they were piled up here, possibly by somebody. Are they old? Well, they're not brand new, but they're not I wouldn't say ancient, you know, but this kind of stuff fascinates me for my natural history collection. So I'm probably gonna bag those up and take those home with me. I don't see anything else right here. So I'm gonna move as far as that electric tower or thing there, and then I'm gonna get my bike and I'm gonna move it down there, and then I'll continue on. But yeah, just right now, just the bones right here in this spot. Now back down on the ground here, some dark clouds are starting to roll in. That's concerning me a little bit, but maybe what's the worst that can happen is I'll get wet. A piece of chert looks like it's been burned in a fire. I think it's chert. Yeah, it's chert. See these little things like this that I'm dropping down here? Those have to really be looked at because they can be broken bone beads. I've found them here, as I've said. I've found them here before. Let's see. Another piece of old glass, probably from Albert Miller again. You find as much of that kind of stuff as you possibly want. Piece of a shell. That's just over the ground. Nice cool breeze right now. Well, it's a warm breeze, but it's still cooler than it was, which is kind of nice. What's this? That bone? Nope. Find just one little bead here. It would make, for me anyways, the whole trip out here definitely worth it. Look at this. That broken piece of pottery. Tiny, fragmentary, broken piece of late woodland pottery. Just I mean, I have found one large fragment out here. Now here's a piece that's a little bit bigger, isn't it? Yeah, that. Love to hear the birds going on right now. Here's a piece of stone wire. Brown on one side, it probably been gray on this side, salt glazed. If you can hear me over the wind, and I hope you can, you know, when you're out like this, whether you find anything or not, you hear, it's a blessing because you hear the birds in the background singing. You hear the breeze in your ears, you feel the breeze against your skin, and it is a blessing from God to be able to be out here and do anything. Sometimes when I'm out like this and I'm just looking down at the ground, not paying any attention to what's going on around me really, I think sometimes, what would I do if I heard somebody say, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I look up and all of a sudden it's all trees instead of field, and there's Judge Miller's homestead house and Indian domed lodges all around, and just, you know, even if it was just to look at it for just 5 minutes, would be so cool. Well, I was just down at the riverbank, and for a minute I thought I was at Gilligan's Island, because there's a coconut laying there, and it's you shake it, can you hear it? It's still full of whatever a coconut's full of. But I was surprised to see that laying there. I'm going to take it home with me. I don't know why, but I'm going to up here. After last year, I was beginning to wonder if I'd ever be able to get to go out on something like this again because of my back. But God is good in everything. Okay, back to the bridge. Out of the field. And even though we didn't find a whole lot, I enjoyed going out there. Hope y'all enjoyed going out there with me.